We brought the group together largely as a mutual support group where people who are going on the regenerative journey can work together and compare notes and compare successes and failures and why they're doing it. In our group we've over the last 2 seasons had a couple of demos, on paddock demos, so about 8 farms have been. We're one of them, and 2 formal trials on 2 different farms, and I undertook one of the on paddock demos, which was putting in multi-species cover crop in the summer. So I started this summer and planted that. I did scarify the paddock and planted into that with fairly traditional seed drill, and it was pretty successful for the start of the season. The good germination, and then the hot weather hit, a bit like here, and the rabbits came in. So the result was that it didn't kick on. So we've got some lessons to learn from that, and we'll then go again in autumn. My primary motivation, because I'm getting on a bit now, is to improve the property and the land and leave it in a way that's a lot better than when I got there. That's the motivation. So I've been biologically farming for about 15 years, but when I discovered regenerative farming, it sort of put all the dots together. It put all the things together, and I realised why I probably wasn't as successful as I should have been, because I wasn't working things in a holistic manner. So my ambition is to, well, there's always a vision. We've all got a vision of having green cover all year round, of good perennial pastures which will hang on during the year, retain moisture in our soil, and of course the primary aim is the improvement of the soils to make that happen. I'm very much focused on biologicals and the encouragement and any efforts that we can eliminate that go against those biologicals, then we do that. So we don't use herbicides, we use natural biofertilisers and biostimulants that we make ourselves, and the intention is to improve the soil and, as a result, the plants, and the ultimate aim would be, of course, the improvement of the animals, because we can get rid of, that's the experience, is get rid of a lot of the problems that you might have in the animals. We haven't accented the question of climate change because it tends to be a bit controversial amongst especially traditional farmers, and our group, although we've got a mixture of farms from 8,500 acres right down to 20 acres, we tend to stay away from the question of climate because everyone's got a different attitude to it. But most of the people happen to absolutely believe in the value of plants to sequester carbon, the value of good cover to improve the retention of moisture, etc. In my own area, you can see the difference. There's a property that is only 2 properties away from us, further south, which have a large number of trees, and they have around about 200 mils extra rainfall a year. And I questioned why, and they said, well, we've got a greater tree cover. It attracts the rain, it attracts the moisture that's coming through, and that's pretty significant. I mean, they're only maybe sort of 2 kilometres away, maybe 3 kilometres away. I'd thoroughly recommend it. It's a stimulating. The group of people are interesting people. They're people who are prepared to try different things. They're open-minded. They're prepared to take successes and failures and then talk about them. It's an enjoyable exercise, but also opens the mind of people. So farmers that simply are just thinking about it and trying to find out, it's very valuable, but also people who want to do things and then see the results and then compare them with others, it's excellent too. I believe it's the responsibility of all farmers to move towards regenerative farming. It's an absolute responsibility. It's the future, not only for the world but for Australia, and It's highly recommended.